Nigerians, I told you we are not taking any time off the cocoa journey and the cocoa industry in Nigeria. We're moving from state to state to see how they are actually putting efforts together to get it right. Once again, we are in Edo State. We just left Oyo State. Now we're in Edo State, still talking cocoa and cocoa industry in Nigeria. Yes, the Edo State chapter of Cocoa Association of Nigeria is holding her annual meeting today, and they are going to be brainstorming on how to move the industry forward. In and around their event, you're going to be hearing different opinions from from some of them, how they intend to move it forward and what the state and federal governments should do in pushing and boosting cocoa production in each state. My name is Anita. This is a FOSA TV channel. Thank you.
Any other issue that is coming up from here?
We have about 4 point something from the chief launcher. If we join it with what we earn in from the state, I don't have the record of the state. I only have my zone and other zone that also pay as a chief launcher, like I like the Adams. They pay to us, but it's a coal launcher. It's a coal launcher, 200,000. So all those ones are there. Until we come out with the footprint, the total record, and we get what the state and the people receiving their land. They should also bring it out so that if possible, if there will be other meeting, if not state meeting, to know what is on ground from here or from the. And they have a refinery there for cocoa industry there. So although they just say they are joining Edo Cocoa, Ekiti Cocoa, Osun Cocoa, they are calling their own. When we talk of cocoa, Cross River has the highest. So we now look at it. They have money than us, Edo State. They have industry and the government is supporting them. So we say, if Cross River is giving 10 million, we cannot rub shoulder with Cross River. So we work with the advice of Mr. Chairman. And they have seen it even when we have not got there. So when they call Edo State, already is the man to present. So we have decided before even getting there. So we donated 5 million from what we have from the coal launcher. So I want to say this clear. No coal launcher should look at it that what we contribute, why not you people who pay? So chief launchers. So we want to work because of what is on ground. And what you people have been telling us that we should look before we also do. I think you advise me that we should look what people say. So I
So it is another opportunity to talk cocoa, and we are here in Edo State because we are brainstorming on another meeting towards cocoa production and how to get it right in Nigeria. As the state chairman and the host of this meeting, how do you feel about this?
I feel very happy that this meeting is going on again. Normally, we used to have it every end of the month, the last Wednesday of every month, where stakeholders will come together, we brainstorm on how to improve the production of cocoa and the quality of cocoa in the state. So that is exactly what we have actually come to do in Edo. I've just highlighted from the meeting.
All right, moving forward, a lot of some other colleagues of yours or even merchants as well, when asked, they said some of the few problems or challenges they are having is about lands and seedlings. What is your take on this, sir?
Yeah, we actually have challenges on land and seedlings, because some of the cocoa producers, farmers who are in Edo South, that's the Edo South of the state, most of the land they are occupying is government reserve.
Okay.
But in Edo Central and in Edo North, we have free areas where cocoa farmers get land and do their farming normally. So that is the issue. It's just that we're having challenges of this insecurity problem. We're having farmer header clashes, Fulani herdsmen that is ravaging a section of the state that is giving us a little challenge on land and how we go to people go to farm to work on their
Regularly.
regularly to work on their farm. Outside that, we want to interface with the government of the state as well to see how they can free up some lands for people who will want to actually go into cocoa farming to do their normal businesses of cocoa farming. We are looking at setting up seed gardens too, where we
Sir, you
can
say? Seed?
we look at setting up seed garden.
Okay, maybe
Seed
you
garden.
explain that to some
Yeah,
Nigerians.
yeah, seed garden. We will do a garden where we can nurse cocoa seedlings.
Okay.
We even plant some trees that from time to time we can harvest from those trees to use in the nursery.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
we are trying to get the seed garden in the three senatorial districts of the state, one in Edo South, one in Edo Central, and one in Edo North, of a size of not less than 1 hectare, 1 or 2 hectare
Of land.
So where you can there will be access to water and some other things. So because without water, you cannot
Yes.
actually operate a seed garden. So these are some of the far-reaching decisions we have reached today. We'll even set up a committee to go and look at some area where we can get this land. These are free land. The association will buy the land.
From the government?
No, we can, even if it's
Okay,
if
from
it's
individuals. Okay, just
if it's
acquire
individual, we
land.
will acquire the land from individual so that we will use it as our seed garden where we can invite people from Crane to come and actually give us the improved cocoa seedling to plant in those seed garden for onward transfer to farmers to boost
Good
cocoa
planning.
production.
These are good plannings, I must confess, because at least I'm getting to know some things about cocoa production and farming in Nigeria now. Very good planning for your people. Moving forward, sir, let us see if the state government is interested in cocoa production in Edo State. This one is a specific question to him. Do you think the state government personally is interested?
The governor has just come on board.
Okay.
And is somebody who is agric friendly, who know he will be interested. Like the previous government that came, they concentrated on palm trees production.
Okay.
Palm oil. Plantation was what Obaseki government concentrated in. This government that is coming on board now, we are putting everything in place. We'll meet him up. We want to interface with him. I know he is agric friendly because of the way and manners he has started. And the way he has started very well, and I know he will go a long way to assist
and support all of you in the
the
state.
cocoa farmers, because it is with the support of the state government that will be able to boost cocoa production in Edo State. And boosting the cocoa production in Edo State means more revenue for the state to take. So anything that will give the state revenue and that will uplift the livelihood of the people, I know the governor will always want to
tap into it.
Party to it.
All right, lastly, sir, because this is another major aspect Nigerians are willing to learn, the water. Because cocoa cannot go without water. Do you subscribe to the fact that they should always plant cocoa very close to the rivers and where they have water?
Not necessarily close to the river. We have rainforests in this area of the state.
Yes, rainforest.
Yes, and those areas, they are good for cocoa production. Edo State, there is no land, there is no area in Edo State where cocoa production is not good. Not necessarily close to the river, even when there is no river close to that place. Provided the soil, the topography. If you ask people from Queen, they tell you that Edo is another very fertile land for cocoa production. You get soil scientists to look at the soil texture. They will tell you Edo, all the part of Edo, there is no area in Edo where you cannot cocoa cannot grow very well. Yes.
Wow. Lastly, what's your message to Nigerians? Because we want Nigerians to tap back into cocoa.
Yes, my message to Nigeria is cocoa, the black gold, as it will always be referred to in Ghana. And Nigeria used to be one of the leading states in cocoa production in Nigeria, but it's sliding back because of the lackadaisical attitude of government towards supporting cocoa farmers and cocoa traders. So
Yes.
I will advise everybody that is into the cocoa value chain to intensify effort in trying to increase the production of cocoa. And I will even advise the young ones to tap into cocoa farming. Cocoa farming is the in thing. Cocoa can give employment to thousands and millions of the population in Nigeria.
Yes.
Millions of them when it is adequately tapped into. And it is even enough to even sustain Nigeria economy. Before the advent of oil, we used to live with agricultural produce, of which cocoa was a major
means of export.
If you look at the non-oil export in Nigeria today, cocoa give the federal government the highest revenue, the GDP from the non-oil export. So what are we talking about?
Like I teased one of your colleagues or one of your colleagues. I said if cocoa is selling for I think 11,000 plus or 12,000 per kilo,
yes,
PMS is just 1,000.
So okay, that you can imagine
it's
that
very rich.
A ton of cocoa is about $10,000.
Imagine
a ton of raw cocoa is about $10,000. There should be encouragement for value addition. The government should encourage people to add value to so that we will not be exporting raw cocoa to our buyers overseas. We'll add value to it. A lot of byproduct will come out of cocoa. By adding value to it, you are creating more jobs, meaning more opportunity for people to work, more money in the pocket of the pocket. So this is the thing.
Oh, there's a lot to achieve from cocoa production.
Very well, very well.
Please, let's continue to put the crusade out there. Nigerians must go back to cocoa.
We'll keep the flag flying, keep the fire burning. We want to try and encourage every person that will want to go into cocoa production to go into it massively. But in some other states, you see states having cocoa estate. They open like Cross River. They open up. The state government will open up cocoa estate, plant cocoa, and demarcate it for farmer, rent it out to people to work on. That is why today Ondo State is just having it on record as the highest cocoa producer. Cross River is the highest cocoa producing state in Nigeria.
Wow.
Ondo is just living on its last past glory. That's what they are just living on. They know because most of the trees in Ondo are aged. They are aged trees. The farmers are not encouraged again because they are old farmers. The young ones are not encouraged to go to the farm. No planting of new ones. More forest should be open. New cocoa improved seedling should be planted that you can harvest readily and get
results.
What you want, you get the desired results.
Wow, you spoke passionately, so I must confess, because even me now, I go back to cocoa. But I don't leave journalism.
You are welcome.
I'm interested.
You can be a journalist and be in cocoa farming. It doesn't matter.
On a later note, I hear say plenty as I did there, so I'm coming.
You are welcome.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this time out. God bless you. Best of luck as the state chairman.
Thank you very
God
much.
will always open the doors for you.
Amen.
Quickly meet you first. Officially, your name and your portfolio, sir.
My name is Zekeri.
All right. Nice meeting you in person.
Thank you.
In the journey of making cocoa so lovable again in the hearts of Nigerians, we are here in Edo State because they are having their state ESCO meeting concerning cocoa industry. Personally, you're participating here too. Personally, how do you see this?
Thank you, madam. In Edo State, we are trying to make all possible best to provide good cocoa. I mean good quality. Whatever it will take us to make sure we have good quality, we are doing it in Edo State, especially if we are southwest and if we are north east. Okay. We are trying to make all possible best to produce better quality.
In the time past, cocoa used to be one of the great things that, or crops that added to our GDP. Do you think we can still get it right?
We can do better.
We can even do better.
We can do better.
All right.
It's only when government ready to support the industry. I mean, like Edo State, the way the Edo State are doing now, or Cross River, they are doing better. You know, they are trying to give us land to plant cocoa. So when we have more cocoa, more people will come and buy from Edo State, and it will help people of Edo State, especially when we're in cocoa season. You know, cocoa industry, it's what circulates to all state and all local governments. Like, as we are producing cocoa in Ofia, we have 18 local governments in Edo State.
Yes.
And we have up to 10 local government to 11 local government, they are producing cocoa now. So it's good now for government to support us, to give us more land to plant cocoa, so that it will help Edo State economy and Nigeria as a whole.
Okay, so exactly what you're asking for now is just more land
from the support
state
of the government.
So what other areas do you think the state government and the federal government should look into in order to boost cocoa production in Edo State?
Good. We have another area that we are planting cocoa, but we have good road. Good road, so that it will be able, we will be able to have good quality there. You know, to carry cocoa from the village,
interiors,
yes, to town, it will take us a lot of things. But when we have good road, it's good for us, so we can do better. Yes. We need good road, we need land, we can do better, and it will help economy of Edo State.
And even add to the GDP of Nigeria.
I'm telling you, it will be easy for us to do more.
All right.
So we are begging all the state, all the producing cocoa state, to give us more land so we can even do better. You know, when we are buying cocoa, I mean the season time, everybody around that area, the money circulates even from the laborer that they are planting the cocoa, even market woman, they will benefit from it. So we need Edo State, as I'm in Edo State now, to support, and other each state that are producing cocoa, to support the cocoa Association of Nigeria, to produce and to have good road.
All right. At this point in time, we must say a very big thank you for bearing out your mind on this.
Thank you.
Moving forward, we hope the federal government and state governments will tap into this. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Sir, please let's quickly meet you. Your name and your portfolio first.
Okay, I'm Reverend Colonel Frederick Ekmerede Thomas, the State Vice Chairman, Cocoa Association of Nigeria.
All right, nice meeting you in person.
Thank you.
So it's like you have chopped up. Oh. The last time I saw you was in Akure, you were not this.
It is well.
Amen. All right, sir, moving forward. State meeting, brainstorming, and how to get it right concerning cocoa in Nigeria or cocoa industry in Nigeria. It's taking place right now in the Edo State.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this experience, sir?
Well, we have over 20 zones that make up this body, over 20 zones. Like in the south, we have 12 zones. Then in the north, we also have them there. Altogether, I think we have over 20.
All right, moving forward, what is that thing you feel the state government and federal government should do to boosting cocoa production?
It's no longer a story. Everybody has seen that the oil can no longer sustain us. Even before the discovering of the oil, we all know that the cash crop, cocoa, is one of them, which is a major exporting product which Nigeria rely on. And with that, we know what our currency was speaking then, even higher than other states that we are running to today. So I think in Nigeria today, after oil is cocoa. We don't need to doubt it. After oil is cocoa. So we are expecting the players, the stakeholders to look towards that direction to see how we revive most of this board time of the farms, how we rehabilitate them back, encourage the farmers, encourage the young ones coming up. It's a kudos that we cannot say we need to keep it silent. What is happening present in Cross River State, I think we need to adopt that method which corpers are being engaged the state government is being given farm estates for new people coming out from higher institution, just to encourage them planting more. So cocoa, if in a state of ours is a cocoa land, we have the state government need to look into that. Thank God Mr. Governor, His Excellency is also somebody talking about agriculture. I think should look into that. Then coming to the federal government aspect, federal government should go back to the board. Look at the drawing board. What happened in 50s? What happened in 60s those days? And let's see how we revive this thing. We can no longer just rely only on oil. It can no longer sustain. With cocoa and agriculture, not only cocoa, agriculture per se, generally, but cocoa has a value chain. That's what makes it differ from other commodity. It has a value chain from the farmer down to the processor, to the optical and every other person. So it's something we need to look into.
Moving forward, sir, do you think to get it right in cocoa production once again is a thing of the mind, or like a mindset? Because some states are not getting it right, and yet Cross River State is setting the pace. Do you think it's out of creativity or a thing of the mind?
Well, if you say thing of the mind, you are not far from it, but I believe it's all about passionate.
Okay.
When you have people at the head of affair and people are knowing that they can even sustain running their state without waiting for the federal government allocation.
Yes.
It was so that is just it. The region we are, the place we are, the state we are. So all bounce back to thing of mind. But what you did not put in mind, one love doing is what one doing best. So if you say thing of mind, you are perfect. But I think it's just issue of policy. Let's look at it. Let's believe this is something I give money. We know how many tons left this state in a month. Times it in a year, and we know what cocoa is generating to this state. And
that's the IGR.
The IGR, yes.
Internally generated revenue.
Then go to the wharf. Look what is happening there. But here now we are even asking the federal government that let's even consume half of what we produce, because in final consumption you have more money, like the chocolate, like the tea, what's happening in other country, but we export these things raw. Even the raw we are exporting, the government are not even looking at that aspect. Talk less of let's make it as a finishing goods. You get more money when you make it as a finishing goods. In Togo today, there's what they call cocoa akara. You don't fry akara without adding cocoa.
Really?
Yes, that's a means of consuming it, and you know what that means. Then last time the cream, the Institute of Cocoa Research Institute at Badon, they introduced cocoa bread. But how many stores can we find that today? So these are things we need to encourage consumption. Then during the last tenure, there's President Muhammadu Buhari tenure, retired. We encourage spoon feeding, cocoa tea, to give to children. So let's assume that the federal government key into this, and we are consuming. The price will also go high. The price will also go high, because large production, you use it as a school feeding program. Maybe the money give the children chocolate. It will also encourage them. Maybe even in the north where they don't want to go to school, you see people will come.
We're not too sure about that.
So that's just that.
Okay. Wow, it's so interesting. A lot of things can come out and be done in cocoa industry. At this point in time, we must say a very big thank you for your
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
And we wish Edo State best of luck.
Thank you.
Both at the state level and federal level.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Let's quickly meet you. Your name and your portfolio, sir.
My name is Mr. Lawal Ewali. I'm the National Assistant General Secretary for Edo, Delta, Abia, and all Eastern states.
Wow. That means you're a zonal general secretary.
Exactly.
Okay, to CAN. All right, sir, quickly, today the big one is happening in Edo State. More brainstorming and more meetings on cocoa and cocoa industry. Moving forward, what is your take on this?
Yes, Edo, as we all know, that is one of the fastest upcoming cocoa producing states in Nigeria. And so far so good. All this effort has been through the Cocoa Association of Nigeria only, but we are trying to move ahead by meeting the government to see how we can collaborate with the government to improve cocoa production in Edo State, because as it is, it's a source of income also to the state government.
Yes.
At least it increases the state IGR, and also it can also create a large number of employment for our youth.
And even the economy.
And even the economy. It's also improved the economy.
Okay, let's take a look at how Nigerians can actually fall in love with cocoa production again. So that we can see many Nigerians going back to that farming. Cocoa farming.
Yes. It's an avenue that is yet untapped. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
So it's an avenue that is yet untapped. Most of our youth today are not looking towards that direction. But it depends on each state. Like in Cross River State, the youth are doing very, very well in cocoa production. Why? Because the state government is on ground. They opened a cocoa estate for them.
Wow.
Where they allocate at least some portions of the land to the youth, support them with inputs.
Yes.
And so with this, the youth are so happy to get into the business. So Edo State can take a step from that. Though the association is still looking forward to meet with the government to request for a cocoa producing estate whereby all facilities necessary will be available. The estate will be allocated to interested farmers, and the youth too can be included instead of roaming about the street, instead of going to courts and this thing. If they were engaged, I think all these things will be an avenue to stop all this courtism and the rest.
Social vices.
All these social vices.
Yes.
Will not be there again. So it's I'm employing the government, the Edo State government, to look into this direction. They should create a cocoa producing estate. They can collaborate with Cocoa Association of Nigeria, Edo State chapter, where the estate will be apportioned to individual youths, supported by inputs. In this estate, there also can be housing estate for these farmers to stay while they are on this business. Such is done at Ivory Coast.
Okay.
Ivory Coast doesn't have much land as we have here, but only that we are not doing it the right way. But if also take a step from what they have done, they opened a cocoa producing estate, even built an housing estate for the farmers. They give them mobility like bicycle, motorcycle, and these 3 cycles in which they take to their farm. And there are also some social facilities like football field, where at least those young ones do not feel they are isolated.
All right. At this point in time, we must say a very big thank you for bearing out your mind on how to get it right again in cocoa production in Nigeria. We hope the federal government and state government will tap into what all of you are trying to pass across to them. Thank you so much, sir. So, yes, sir, quickly, let's meet you, your name and your portfolio first and foremost.
I'm Friday Ekbe Zekeri, the State Secretary, Cocoa Association of Nigeria, Edo State chapter.
Wow, nice meeting you in person.
Thank
nice to be in Edo State once again to take this interview. Quickly, brainstorming on cocoa and how to move it forward in Nigeria. Coming from the Edo State chapter, and you're one of them. How do you feel about this, sir?
Yes, there is need to move cocoa forward, at least even in Edo State, because cocoa is generating a lot of money, not only to individual, but even to the federal government. With the dollars exchange rate, all those ones are coming to push our international GDP,
yes,
and so on. So they need to push it up. Apart from that, cocoa employ a lot of people, directly and indirectly. Farmers are making their money there, buyers are making their money, processors are making their money, and those they employ also are gaining their living through them. So cocoa is helping to boost the economy of Nigeria very well.
Okay. Talking about the state and federal government, what roles do you think they can play in pushing or boosting cocoa production in at the state level and at the federal level?
Yes, starting from the state level, I think the state government should look at it as a duty to provide the needed land to cultivate this crop, because we have a lot of young farmers. The issue of government reserve, you don't enter there, is disturbing a lot. So if government can allocate some piece of land to the farmers or to the association to plant new breed cocoa, I think we'll be able to increase our volume. Because as we speak now, Nigeria maybe is number 4 or 5 in the production table of cocoa in the whole world. So we need to come up. Cote d'Ivoire, they have the highest production.
Yes.
Followed by Ghana, followed by, I think, Malaysia or so. So, but Nigeria is down. You know, the weather is not every issue. So if government can come up in that direction and give us a land, then bring this issue of irrigation along, I think it will make a difference. Production will increase.
All right. Even at that, I think Cross River State is already convincing the entire country that we can get it right in cocoa production once again. So what is your advice to other states on that?
Yes, I think they should borrow the lead from the Cross River State government. Because as we speak now, right from time, Cross River have been creating cocoa farm settlement, and they lease all these farms to farmers. And as we are talking now, they have started another set of cocoa farm settlement. So if other states can also do that, they will push the production. And then the federal government also, in other ways, should look into bringing some incentive to assist the farmer, to assist the young ones to go into farming. It's not about white collar job this time around. I think we have to involve our youth to be able to come up, because the federal government should encourage people in one way or the other, bring input and put seedings so that we plant to generate more.
It's very interesting talking in and around cocoa, because I know it's a big market to really boost the GDP of Nigeria. Exactly. We did it in the time past, even according to history, even though they never born some of us like that. Okay. But at least
but it's going on now.
So we can always go back to what we heard Nigeria used to be, especially the cocoa pyramids. I personally want it to come back. All right. God bless you, sir, for bearing out your mind on this. Best of luck to Edo State chapter of Cocoa Association of Nigeria as well.
Thank you for having me.
All right, until we come back to take another interview, God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Quickly meet you, your name and your portfolio first and foremost.
I'm Honorable Aredo Bob Bosede. I'm the National Financial Secretary of Cocoa Association of Nigeria from Edo State.
All right, nice meeting you in person. It seems like most of the ESCOs, the national ESCOs, are based in Edo State. I don't know they carry last.
At all.
Okay, moving forward, sir. All right, all right, sir. Brainstorming meeting by Edo chapter on cocoa production and how to move it forward in Nigeria. What is your take on this, sir?
Well, if you can see now, cocoa is one of the very important goods or farm products that yield very high income. And before the era of petroleum industry, in Nigeria, the country as a whole depend on all this produce that we neglected them. But today, price of cocoa has skyrocketed, very expensive. So we need to encourage our farmer to go into it. Both right from the state governance we are trying to meet the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure they provide more seedling to assist the farmers. And we on our as Cocoa Association, we are also doing our best. We provide seedling to most of our members.
Yes.
And we are doing a helping hand. Cocoa is a value chain that goes across different segments. You see the farmers are there, the brokers are there, the licensed buyers are there, the integrated buyers are there, the exporters are there, the processors are there.
Yes.
Even the warehouses and chemical sellers, they are all part of the value chain.
All right, sir. Moving forward, you spoke about seedlings and some talked about lands. How do you think the federal government can make it easier? Is it not for them to plow large hectares of lands and then push all the cocoa farmers to go and start doing their business there?
The federal government are not the owner of land in every state, so each state have their own custodian. So they can make policy that most of the state government will also embrace. They can support while the state government will embrace, and they do that through their Ministry of Agriculture, and even Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment also also part of making sure the products that we produce go on well in the international market.
All right. Lastly, what is your message to Nigerians on this? Because we want more Nigerians to tap back into cocoa farming. What is your message to them at this
Our
point?
message is that people are rushing to city where there is no source of income. That people should go back home, and there are different types of farms. And we advise cocoa is one of the greatest farm they will go into that they will quickly make profit, and they will change the narrative of their life.
In fact, I support you on that, because the rumor we hear is that all of you are millionaires. Is it true, sir? This is on a lighter
Well,
mood.
in the value chain, both the farmers that produce it, as far as something is scarce, when you are buying cocoa in 1 kilo, it's about 10,000. So,
And that's more than 1 liter of PMS.
yes,
So it's more. All right, thank you so much, sir, for speaking out your mind on this.
My name is John Doe Ewarami.
Okay.
I was an ESCO. Particularly the position I was holding is the PRO
Wow.
for 8 years.
The image maker.
Yes, the image maker. So that was where we actually brought this body to limelight. So I left about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So, but I'm still part of the meeting now.
Yes.
So that's it.
Okay, so we all gathered here in Edo State today because of brainstorming on cocoa and how to move it forward in Nigeria. Personally, what is your take on this?
Well, it's a good thing, but it's a bit unfortunate that our state is not really giving us enough support. So we are not going to rest in our oars. We'll continue to put pressure on them, because we hear reports from states like Cross River,
Yes.
from Ondo. The states are really involved. You see, cocoa farming, you need to just provide the enabling environment. For instance, there are still some part of this our forest here now that the farmers cannot still go into because of the issue of insecurity.
Okay.
So you not expect a farmer to go to the forest when he's not sure of
His or her life.
the life
Safety.
and all that. So that has to be looked into. It is the government role to do that, because the first primary objective of governance is to protect life and security,
Yes.
and property.
Yes.
So that on one hand, and we also talk about the issue of raising seedlings for farmers. Even at the meeting here, you saw that the chairman mentioned it.
Yes.
That he's gone to see the permanent secretary and some other persons in the agric office, that there is need for them to raise seedling for farmers. Yes. When you assist them, there are agrochemicals. When you assist them with these inputs, you will not see that the farming will not be very easy for them
To achieve.
Yes.
Sir, let me quickly interrupt you here. How about water irrigation? Because I know cocoa farming goes with water as well. So how do we solve that?
Yes, it does. It's just that that idea and innovation it's not really in place here yet. So oftentimes what people do here is that they just plant in swamp areas.
Okay.
So but it's
They want to cheat on nature.
yeah, so but the natural water still feed the
Yes.
cocoa all through the period of droughtness and dry season. But this idea of just having a farm that is irrigated like they used to do somewhere in the north, I know that some of the northern farmers, they really make use of this irrigation. So
Exactly.
it's not here yet, and it also boils down to finance. Because at the end of the day, for you to do such irrigation and make it effective,
It's
a lot of
capital
capital
intensive.
intensive. Yes, you know that. So, especially when we don't have electricity to pump the water and all that. So you are going to be using either a solar powered borehole or a generator, powered, machines to, wet the farms.
Yes.
It will be a good thing. We would like to experiment it if the opportunity is there.
If it's there.
Yeah.
Lastly, what is your message to every Nigerian? Because all we want now is go back into cocoa production
Of course,
in
the
Nigeria.
message is clear. It's just that our leaders are not paying attention. Agro is the main thing. Once we go back there, all of these problems that we're having with exchange rate, the economy, I'm sure you agree can take care of it. But even the oil that we are talking about now, let me tell you that in some part of the world now, they are not even using oil anymore. There are cars now that are driven electric cars and some other
Yes.
solar powered cars. So
Even in
very
Burkina Faso,
soon, very soon, very
Yes,
soon,
yes.
oil will become completely
Out of
extincted, out of use, and becomes obsolete. So if we are wise now, the land mass is enough. It's better that we go back to agro-based industry, because at the end of the day, that is what will actually help us to keep our economic mainstay very
boost
high.
it very well.
Yes, that's it.
All right. At this point in time, we must say a very big thank you
Thank
for
you.
bearing
Thank you
out your
very
mind
much. Thank you
on
very
this.
much. Thank
And
you
we wish
very
Edo State chapter of Cocoa
Yes,
Association of
definitely,
Nigeria the
definitely.
best.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. God bless you,
bless
sir.
you.
Let me meet you, sir. Your name and your portfolio, sir.
My name is Kolako Isaiah Oshola.
Right.
I'm a businessman and a cocoa merchant.
Yes, so now them be this so.
Yeah, that's what we do for a living. So
Okay, I'm just
I'm
joking.
the assistant secretary to the central body.
All right.
And I'm a member of the task force Edo State Cocoa Association
All
of
right.
Nigeria. So,
Nice meeting you in person. In fact, you are looking cocoa and cocoa money already.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oga, you're proud of it, oh. Okay, moving forward. That was on a lighter mood. Moving forward, how do you think we can get it right once again in cocoa production and cocoa business in Nigeria?
Okay, that is a very nice one.
Yes.
So what we can do to get it right is to work with the government, and government to work with us too.
Yes.
Because presently in Edo states, we does not have what they call seed garden, would compared to other states. Do you understand? Because the government does not assist in any way. There is no chemical to give to the farmer. There is no seed to plant.
In
And
Edo State?
In Edo State, yes.
Okay.
And compared to other states like Cross River, you go to, let me say, like maybe Taraba, they do have seed guiding, which government sponsor them when the farmers, we, the LBAs, the buyers,
Yes.
can go to the government and collect the seedling from them, which has been nursed from the garden, and give to our farmers. The state government also help them with chemicals, which we can collect from them and give to the farmer, which Edo State is not giving us. You understand? And what we are doing right now is to meet with the Edo State government, because we normally grade goods here, and we pay to Edo State government produce.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So
we
that's
grade.
like your own incentives from the government
Yes,
in
yes.
return.
Yes, we always pay return. We grade our goods and we pay revenue to the
Yes,
state government.
yes.
Are you
Wow.
getting me? So we want to return from government so that we can improve in Edo State. The cocoa can stay and we have more cocoa so that it
Larger
can be number one. Yes,
production.
we can have larger production so that we can come at least, if not number one, it should be at least two or the third one. So that's what we are hoping from the government.
In Edo State?
Yes, in Edo State. Presently.
Okay, so quickly, what is that one message to the state government on
The
this?
message to the state government is that they should come to our aid and help us so that we can grow more cocoa farms. And as you can see presently now, the issue of insecurity, like our farmers where we buy goods from, do you understand? Sometimes they've been faced by bandits, sometimes by the just terrorizing them, go to their farm, harvest their goods when they are not there. You understand? Sometimes the issue of the Modoti, they went there, killed some Yorubas. Mercilessly,
Wow.
you understand? But Edo State governor, senator, governor, what's it
Monday.
called? Monday.
Ogbongbolo, yes.
Yes, he went there and he made sanitation there, and he sent army to all those places.
Okay.
So we are begging more grace to
More
his elbow.
swift,
Do you understand?
efforts,
Yes,
yes.
more effort so that we can grow more goods, so that our farmer can be in peace without bandits. That's what we are hoping for.
All right. At this point in time, I must say I sympathize with a lot of farmers, even in Edo State. At this point in time, I must say a very big thank you to you for bearing out your mind on this. I hope the state government and federal government will actually tap into what all of you have said in these interviews, because it's about moving cocoa forward in Nigeria.
Yes.
And the pyramid, cocoa pyramid, must return.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
you
you
so
very
much,
much.
and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll come share your cocoa money. It's been like coming down to Edo State to take this laudable meeting, brainstorming on how to move the cocoa industry forward. The Edo State chapter just had her meeting, and a lot of them said a lot of good things, and they suggested good things on how the state and federal government should put more efforts to move cocoa production forward in Nigeria. And I hope that many Nigerians will tap into cocoa production, because that is the essence of doing all of this. We just came back from Oyo State. Now we've covered Edo State, trying to see how each state is putting effort together to push or boost cocoa production in Nigeria once again. Because the dream is the cocoa pyramid must return in Nigeria, and that would definitely add to the GDP of Nigeria. Like I always whisper to Nigerians and to the youths, to all of us, that they say Aza, they for cocoa, make Nigerian youths, start tapping it instead of pressing buttons here and there. My name is Anita. Until we take you to another state on the cocoa journey and how we want to get it right in Nigeria, God bless all of us, and thank you for watching this episode. This is a FOSA TV channel. Come your way again. Thank you.